What's up, everybody? Welcome into NBA DFS Live for Friday, January 29th. I'm your host, Ben Husser, joined by Justin Bales. Bales, I know you said that they just dropped some Top Shot packs or something, so I know you're probably going to be trying to buy those while we're on here. Um, so this is an interesting slate, right? 10 games. Friday stuff I feel like always gets kind of crazy on Fridays. Donovan Mitchell out is big news. Kevin Durant out is big news. Some other guys are questionable that we're waiting on, but I don't know. Like stuff might get crazy closer to lock. We'll wait and see if like Embiid randomly sat or something like that. But for the most part, Durant out, Mitchell out. That's the biggest news that we've had to digest today. The projections right now are showing Durant in. I'm pretty sure they're about to be updated, so I'll keep refreshing, and they should eventually be corrected while we're here on the stream. Bales, what's your thoughts on tonight's slate? Do you like it? You playing normal? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm going to play normal just because it's a bigger slate, but I don't know. I do like it because I feel like you're going to have a little bit of an edge in spots where, like, in tournaments, you can go like Trae Young over Kyrie, where Irving's going to be super high owned in cash and stuff. So there are spots like that. I know you have a take for James Harden tonight. Don't want to give away too much for that, but like you have Jokic that's only 200 cheaper. There's no way people play him over Harden. So you're going to have decent leverage spots. It's just, do you want to take the leverage over a guy like James Harden, who obviously is going to be running the offense with Kevin Durant out?
Yeah, I did have a Harden take, which we'll get to, but yeah, I think it's an interesting slate here. So we'll start out at point guard. Where are you going here? Because we have some big names, obviously, no Durant. So you got James Harden, you have Kyrie Irving, Trae Young, Luka Doncic, Westbrook, Fox, all these guys. So bunch of names at the top. I think Harden and Kyrie are both going to be extremely high owned on both sites. Obviously, taking Durant. So if you take I think it's over 100 minutes with all three of them together. Durant has far and away the highest usage rates, like 29%. So you're taking him out, and then you're spreading that usage out to Kyrie and Harden, who are both guys that can obviously dominate usage, and you're surrounding them with typically like lower usage players. So you're expecting that they are going to do most of the heavy lifting when it comes to the offense. I think they're both good plays. I really like Luka today. He looked really good against the Jazz in that last game. They didn't stop him really scoring like I anticipated. And he put up like 45 DK points that last game against the Jazz, and that came with no free throw attempts. So I don't think that that's going to happen again tonight. I think he's probably going to get to the line a few times. It seems like that was pretty fluky. So I think he has really high upside per usual, and I think he's going to be a fraction of the ownership of Kyrie and Harden. So I actually told you I prefer him to Harden today. Kyrie's a stone lock for me on DK just because he's 8,700. It's just too cheap with Durant out. Like, you pretty much have to play him. And then I know you like Trae Young a lot, so I'm going to let you talk about him.
Yeah, I mean, Young's just way too cheap. And if you don't have Durant out tonight, Young probably gets a lot of ownership. I still think he's going to, get plenty, most likely, because 91 is way too cheap for someone that just constantly puts up 50 plus. And Washington is about as good of a matchup as you can possibly get. With that said, obviously people are going to play James Harden and Kyrie Irving. So you're going to get Young at lower ownership than what you should. I think Luka's fine personally. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to go there, but I understand what you're saying with you're playing so many Utah guys. It makes sense to bring it back with an elite option like Luka. Other guys that I like, and I don't necessarily know that I like them that much just because of who they are, but it's more or less the matchup. I'll take Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry. Any guard that plays against Sacramento, honestly, is a really, really good option. VanVleet's 7,500, Lowry 7,100. I believe I checked ownership earlier today, and Lowry was supposed to be one of the highest owned guards on the slate. Now, obviously, he's not going to be with people going Irvin, Harden, or Harden. Trae Young will get some. DeJounte Murray probably gets some ownership. Mike Conley at 6K with Donovan Mitchell out. I think they're all going to get more ownership than someone like Kyle Lowry or Fred VanVleet tonight. So I think that both of them are really good in the matchup as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good call on the Toronto guys. I'm definitely fine picking on Sacramento a little bit. Um, so we can drop down to the mid tier then when we're talking about that. But I think Clarkson and Mike Conley both are good plays with Mitchell. I prefer Clarkson if picking one. Clarkson is going to be in my cash lineup on both sites. Really high usage. The other game without Mitchell obviously put up almost 45 DraftKings points. It's the same exact matchup. So I think Clarkson's really good play. I also think Tyrese Halliburton is interesting. He's 4,800 on DraftKings. So Luke Walton was talking about how he was switching up rotations and stuff a couple games ago. The Raptors play smaller generally. He's got 31 and 30 minutes in his last two. So not someone I want to play in cash, but I do think for tournaments, 4,800, you could talk me into it.
Yeah, Halliburton's someone that I was going to outline. I really like him tonight. Another guy right around the same price is Darius Garland. It seems like he's more or less just going overlooked, and he's going to play 30-plus minutes. And we kind of saw what he was going to, or what he did early in the season. I think his first 5 games, he averaged almost 40 fantasy points a game. If you're dropping down to the bottom, Theo Maledon is 3,400. He's going to play around 25 minutes. I think that's a really strong play. That's more or less the cheapest I would go. Outside of that, it's probably Halliburton and then Garland, or then I'm going to spend in the mid tier with, Clarkson, Murray, Conley, or spend up. Quickly, Anthony said that he wants a bet tonight. Is there anything that you have off the top of your head for betting?
Not off the top, but I'll look at some stuff and we'll pick one. Speaking of betting, new Bet Karma site is live. So if you guys are watching this, literally open another tab, betkarma.com right there. Check out the new site. Travis, I know, made a little stream earlier. You can go back and rewatch it, but he was kind of navigating the site. So go check that out after we get off here for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think we covered it pretty well. We can move over to shooting guard. A lot of the same names we were talking about, like Harden is obviously shooting guard eligible on both sites. Probably where you want to go. Bradley Beal at 10-2, not someone you want to play with Westbrook in cash games, but you can always make the case for him in tournaments. I feel like some of the Toronto guys, VanVleet is eligible at shooting guard as well. I'll probably just play Clarkson here. Like I'll probably play Kyrie at point guard and Clarkson at shooting guard. I would assume you can also use Halliburton at shooting guard, which I think is fine. And then another Thunder guy. I know you don't want to play him, but I actually think Lou Dort is interesting tonight at 4,400. He's going to be on the floor. I'm assuming he's going to be defending Harden for the majority of the game. He does have upside 3-point shooting, so if he gets hot from deep, I think he can beat his price tag. So I like him at 4,400.
Yeah, I get it. I just feel like at 4,400,
Lou Dort, and I like Lou Dort. This is what I've learned in the last 30 minutes.
I think Lou Dort's good. Ben just told me that prior to coming on here, he said that he believes Lou Dort in the next 3 seasons wins MVP.
I did.
That's more or less what he said. It's not an exact quote. I think for 4,400 though, like, wouldn't you just prefer Seth Curry against Minnesota?
I mean, I'm not opposed to Seth Curry against Minnesota, but like, I think for correlation purposes, Lou Dort makes more sense. And I get, like, I understand, like, Seth Curry, obviously, Seth Curry is one of the best shooters in the league. I'm not going to really disagree with that. But, he still has to share the floor with Simmons, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid, so it's literally entirely dependent on him making his shots, which it's certainly possible, especially if he gets hot early. Like, they're similar players, I would say. But, other than SGA, I feel like Dort maybe has upside to take a little bit more offensively. He doesn't have to play with 3 guys like that. But, I mean, I would listen to it. I just think correlation-wise, I don't think Dort is that bad of a play.
I get what you're saying. I just don't want to go there. I feel like, personally, I would probably just play Theo Maledon for 1,000 cheaper, unless like you kind of had the money, because obviously Lou Dort playing bigger minutes is going to have more upside. Another shooting guard that we didn't mention at point guard also, Colin Sexton. I feel like he's fine to play with Garland because they're so cheap, but I would watch how many Cleveland guys you get just with the way the Knicks play. They actually have a surprisingly good defense, and man, they're so slow. They're, I believe, by a wide margin, the slowest paced team in the NBA this year.
Yeah, both those teams actually play decent defense. They're slow, like it's really a gross game. They both just give it up to big men, right? Like that's kind of what has been going on. So I think like Randall, Drummond to an extent, maybe Jared Allen. Like you could talk me into those guys, but I don't know. It's just a gross game on a 10 game slate. It's tough to get excited about a game like that, right? It's not
Mm-hmm.
like last night. That would have been a different story.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then I don't think we discussed him, but Joe Ingles obviously is.
Yeah, I was saving him
Yeah.
for small forward, but we can use that as a segue. 100%, I think you're playing Joe Ingles as small forward with Mitchell out. Dating back to last season, he's been really good with Mitchell off the floor. His price really didn't move, right? 4,700. Even if you're not expecting 40 DK points again, like he does not need 40 at 4,700. So I think he's a
Mhm.
pretty easy cash game play today for sure.
Yeah, I think he's the you know, pretty obvious option. I think
Wow,
other
we're just building a
guys.
lineup on stream, dude. Kyrie,
Yeah, I know.
Clarkson, Ingles. What else? Like, we might just build the whole team.
Well, I think other guys that you can consider in cash, which I'm not like, this is very clearly Ingles for me, but I think you can consider Gordon Hayward at 7K. That's a little too cheap for him. And DeMar DeRozan at 6'8", that's like a surprising price tag, especially against Denver. I think both of them can be used in cash. It would be very difficult for me to go either one of them over Ingles. So more tournaments, I guess I would say there.
Yeah, I'm cool with Hayward. I actually like Aaron Gordon a lot in that price range for tournaments, 7,100. No one wants to play him after that egregious game he had against
Having that
Sacramento.
dud.
15 DraftKings points. Shot extremely poor. Um, yeah, no one's gonna want to play him, but I still think he's a good tournament play, and I actually think like I like playing guys like that, right? When guys are kind of owned, like he was 80% owned on FanDuel on that in that Sacramento game, right? So who is playing
Mhm.
him today after he dropped that dud? Like literally no one's gonna play him. So I love playing guys like that the next slate.
Yeah, I have no issues with that. I think other guys that can be considered. We didn't say him at point guard, but Ben Simmons at shooting or at small forward is a solid option. Um, RJ Barrett at 6,300 is still a really good tournament play. Tobias Harris, you have Lou Dort here as well. I like all of them. I think you can take a shot on like Jeremy Lamb if you want. He's kind of the boom or bust option as well. I think that more or less is my player pool for small forward though for tonight.
Yeah, I think Lamb's interesting for tournaments. Another guy that had a poor game the game before, so I think going back to him is fine. I would just add in TLC, these
Mm-hmm.
stone men on DK
Yeah.
3K. I think you can consider him with Durant out for sure. You know, tough to really trust that guy in cash, but man, at 3K, I mean, he could easily beat that, easily destroy value if he gets some minutes in. James and I kind of have this thing where I think we're both undefeated when we play him for whatever reason. That's like the one guy, no matter what he does, we always win when we play him. So I have a soft
You
spot
got
for
to make sure you
TLC.
both have them tonight.
Yeah. Oh, if there's a chance to play him, we're playing him. I can promise you that. All right. Well,
Someone said the only person playing Aaron Gordon tonight is Travis.
that's hilarious. I mean,
Anthony also said he hasn't studied any DFS stuff, but Jokic is popping in the projections portal. Yeah, elite play. We'll talk about him at center, but you're going to have to make a decision because you're not really going to play him and Harden together, most likely.
yeah, you can see 10.3 karma value right there for Nikola Jokic, 56
Mm-hmm.
projected DraftKings points. But we'll go over to power forward. Giannis, 10-8 against New Orleans. I think it's a good spot for him. Where do you rank Giannis among, all the top guys today? Harden, Kyrie, Luka, some of the other guys we've talked about.
Um, truthfully, probably below all of them. I think Harden. I would take Harden, Luka, and Jokic all over Giannis. I think tonight.
I think I mean, I have it. I have Luca number 1, I think, and I have Kyrie number 2. So I think it's
You
hard.
could add Kyrie there. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
take Kyrie too.
Harden and Giannis are really like the battle for number 3. I think. Like you could sell me on either of them. Like I don't think Harden's a bad play at all.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think all of them are
He's a
really
great
good
play.
plays tonight.
Yeah.
I doubt end up going there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to play him, but it's interesting. Randall 9,300, Sabonis 9,200. I think Sabonis could pick up some ownership at that price point. Like his prices kind of come down a couple hundred. Randall, I think, is in a really good spot for tournaments, but I can't play him in cash at that price. But I mean, he's shredded the Cavs a couple times already this season. I don't really have faith in Drummond being able to stop him, but depending on how much Jared Allen plays, that could assist a little bit. But I mean, he should have a ton of success against the Cavs, and I don't think he'll be owned really today. So
Yeah, I agree. I think Randall's an elite GPP pivot. I really like Sabonis. Charlotte's really bad against the power forward, and Sabonis is one of the best in the NBA. So I really like him there. I think there's guys that obviously are small forward eligible that you can play here. Bojan Bogdanovic, we didn't really talk about. I like him in tournaments. Zion is the problem with Zion is that he's so consistent for his price tag. It just seems like he literally has decided to have no upside ever. Like when he's scoring extremely well, he's posting 2 rebounds. But when he's not scoring, he's getting the double-double and everything. So it's like the dude just always hits 40, but that's it.
yeah, I chased Zion so much early on in the season. I'm kind of just burnt out on playing him. I actually got really lucky the other night. What night was that? Not last night. So Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday. Big slate. We had Anthony Gill and Zion in cash, and then Gill got announced not starting after
Yeah.
lock. So we moved Gill to Jay Crowder, and then we moved Zion down to Kelly Oubre. And man, dude, we were really close to the cash when those late games started, and I
Mm-hmm.
was tilting my face off because I don't even know if you were watching, but what happened was that Warriors game started. Kelly Oubre in the first minute of basketball, 2 turnovers and 2 fouls, and got pulled. And so he gets pulled after 1 minute of doing that, and sitting there looking, I'm like, dude, this guy, he legit like might not come back in the game. I'm like, I would not be shocked if they just
Getting
never
the
put
night
this.
off.
Yeah, if they just never put him back in. I'm like, if I'm like right on the cash line and then this dude just gets pulled and doesn't come back in, I'm gonna lose my mind. But then he ended up going off when he came back in, so it's fine. But yeah, dude, that was super tilting. But yeah, dude, I played Zion so much early in the year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I prefer Ingram to Zion if you're gonna pick one, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I do as well. Another guy that I don't think either one of us mentioned that I really like tonight is Marvin Bagley. He should go back to his 30 minutes. And for as good defensively as Toronto is, they're really bad against the power forward. And we've seen Bagley have some big, big games. So I do like him, especially if he's getting the 30-plus minutes.
Yeah, I'm cool with Bagley in tournaments. My one concern, he played no minutes at center in that last game. I don't know if that's gonna like continue, but that's gonna hurt like the minutes, I would assume. So I won't be shocked if he plays mid-20s again.
Well, I think the problem with the last game was there was such a blowout that I don't think he played much at all late in the game.
Yeah, and he only played 22 minutes total. The problem is it's Luke Walton, so like, do you really have any idea? That guy has
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't
he
trust
has
it
no rhyme or
whatsoever.
reason of like whatever he does. He just makes stuff up and just goes with it. So
yeah, if you look at he had 22 minutes with like about 5 left in the third. He didn't play after that.
yeah,
So give him a normal stint in the fourth, and he probably plays closer to 30.
yeah, I'm always fine with him in tournaments. Just not someone I would play in cash.
Yeah,
but the
I
upside
probably
definitely
don't
is
go
there.
cash there either.
Yep. You have anyone else here? I mean, as far as cheaper guys go, like you can use TLC here on DK, so I'm cool with it, cool with that. But I don't really think I want to punt here.
No, I think this is probably a spend up position. Yeah, there's not really any cheap guys that stand out as really good plays. I think like Darius Baisley at 5K is a decent option, but even that I don't love. I think I'll probably save elsewhere and just spend up at power forward.
Yeah, I'm cool with any of the Thunder guys, honestly. in tournaments. No problems there. We'll finish up at center here. So center, you got some big names, obviously. Giannis, we talked about. Jokic, who Anthony was mentioning in chat against San Antonio, it's a good spot. And then Embiid, if he's able to go, I mean, how does Minnesota have any prayer of stopping
Yeah, they
Embiid
don't.
the way Embiid's been playing, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be nasty if he's playing.
Yeah, I mean he's been on fire. I mean Naz Reid, whoever they throw at him, is just gonna get bodied.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. If Embiid's in, I want Embiid in my main tournament team. So whoever's watching this, Anthony, I know Anthony likes to play 3-max or whatever, hasn't been researching DFS for NBA. If Embiid plays, you want to get him on one of your main teams, definitely. Because I don't think he's going to be high owned, especially because he's questionable right now. No one's really talking about him. So I think that's a good situation to monitor before lock. But I think there's two very clear center plays today. One is Rudy Gobert. Looked really, really good with Mitchell out last time against Dallas. 68 DK points. Not really expecting that, but it's not crazy to think he's been a little bit more involved offensively anyways. So if we take Mitchell off the floor, it's not crazy to think that he could get more involved. Dallas struggles defensively in the front court. I mean, he took 20 shots last game, right? I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, 20 shots, and he had 11 free throws.
Yeah.
So
he had 11 free throws. Luka didn't have a single one. What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly take this over because we have a comment in here that I want to make sure to address.
Okay.
The first guy that you're inserting into cash is Cody Zeller. The second guy is probably Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. Zeller was the next guy I was going to talk about, but we saw him start against Indiana last game, got 30 minutes, played really well. 37 DK points. Again, I'm not expecting 37 DK points from Cody Zeller again tonight, but I think the upside's there. Obviously, you showed it, and he played well enough that he's going to get he should get the minutes again if he's starting. So.
Well, if he gets 30 minutes, I wouldn't be shocked because on the year, he's been well over a fantasy point per minute. The big thing is that someone said Al Horford for cash. No.
Yeah, pass on Horford for cash. I'm fine playing Horford
in
tournaments. Yeah, especially Brooklyn has really struggled against big men since they traded Jared Allen. So I have no issues with Horford in tournaments. But yeah, Zeller, too good of a value as long as he's starting. You got to play him in cash in. I was kicking myself, man. I had him in my cash lineup. It didn't matter because we cashed on Wednesday, but I had him in my cash lineup and I pulled him out, man. I was kicking myself at like 8 o'clock.
Oh, you didn't play him?
No, that was the night that we that was Wednesday, wasn't it? That was the night that I don't think I had him. I didn't have him in cash. I had him and then switched it around.
Yeah, I played him, but I also played my lineup was really crazy, and then I had the two open fill-ins for our chorus, obviously, in which there were a lot of different ways you could go, and one of them was Zion and someone a bit cheaper that they absolutely tore it up. And the way that I went was Jason Tatum and my man Gordon Hayward, who I literally have not gotten right yet this year, and they combined for like not even 60 or something.
Yeah, I had him in, and then we got some type of news, man, and I changed my lineup then, took him out, which sucked, but whatever. We won anyways, and I won't make them mistake tonight. I'll play him tonight.
Smart move. I think honestly, there's a bunch like Vucevic at 88. I don't absolutely love, but I think is fine. If you're dropping down a bit, Rashawn Holmes is 66. Cool with that. Brook Lopez at 52. I don't have any issues with that. Al Horford, we already talked about at 59.
Horford's a really good tournament play, man. I really do believe.
I hate it. I'm not going to play Al Horford, honestly.
Wait, we have a long. For those watching, we have a long history of we just shit on Al Horford all the time on the stream. So yeah. I mean,
he is a really good play, especially because he can handle the ball relatively well if they want to run the offense through him, and that's the type of center that Brooklyn really struggles with. So
yeah, no, I think he's a good tournament. I'll throw Jared Allen in for tournaments, obviously not cash, because you don't know. Like he could play 20 minutes, he could play high 20s. It really depends.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks do kind of play a little bit bigger, so I could see him getting the mid 20s tonight, and I think he is really good and it's a good matchup. So for tournaments, keep him on your radar, but not someone you're going to play in like a single entry or cash game.
Yeah. We have a couple questions here. So Drummond under 9K is money. That's with a question mark, obviously, is what they said. For me, he's not playing more than 28 minutes. I'm not going to keep projecting him to score 60 fantasy points in 28 minutes. It's absolutely insane. I'm not going to keep projecting it. It'll probably keep happening.
No, super good matchup, right? Super good matchup. He's played really well, but with Allen there, it's cut his minutes. Like you said, 28 in the last two. I think 27 in the game before that.
Yeah, he hasn't played more than 28 minutes in
Yeah, 20,
five
26.
consecutive games,
Yeah,
I
so
believe.
basically since Allen got there, right? He hasn't played more than 28. So,
Yeah,
can he get there in 28 minutes? Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it, but it's not something I really want to bet on. Like his price is down a little bit, but
I feel like it should be though.
yeah, it certainly should be. He's
But
fine for tournaments, but I don't know. It's tough to trust, like you said.
any love for SGA? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty much always good with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's just a really good play, has a high usage rating. I just am probably not particularly prioritizing him tonight, but I'm 100% fine with him in tournaments.
yeah, really good tournament play. Like you're going to be playing those Nets guys, so running it back with him makes sense. They don't have a ton of rim protection, and that's good for him. I mean, his drives have been way up this season. At one point, he was averaging almost 30 a game, which
Mhm.
is really, really good. So he's going to get to the basket, and they don't really have much to stop him down there. So definitely a good tournament play.
And this is a good one. If Luka leaves Dallas, which team will
Are
best
we
suit
doing
him?
this, dude? Why is he leaving Dallas?
He's not leaving Dallas, as we could see with Dirk. They're not
Why?
going
Why are
anywhere get
people?
rid.
Is that a thing? Are people doing that? Like, are people doing the Lucas leaving thing?
I don't know. People are doing Aaron
Is
Rodgers is
that
leaving.
okay? Yeah, that's
Oh
that's
yeah,
like a little bit of a different situation though, because Aaron Rodgers is old. Um, not
yeah. No,
old, but like you know what I'm saying.
is
Like
like
that's a little bit
is
different.
Luca leaving like
Luca's
a
21 years old. So is that
yeah?
what it
But is
is?
that
Like
like a thing? I
I
haven't
don't.
heard
I
that
have never
anywhere.
heard it. That's what I'm saying. Is that a thing that I don't watch ESPN? Like I would rather watch the stream than ESPN because I think ESPN's
Oh, I
garbage
hate
at this
ESPN
point.
too.
So I don't watch ESPN. I don't know. I haven't heard that though. I mean, I'm on Twitter a lot. I haven't heard that. Is that like have people since Giannis signed his thing? Like, is that the thing? Like, where's Luca going? Because I can't talk about
I
Giannis anymore because he signed his contract.
yeah, I have no clue. I'll say if Luca leaves Dallas, I would like him in Utah because I'm a Jazz fan.
Utah. Okay.
Not to mention, imagine how good that would be, him throwing those lobs to Gobert.
Mm.
It's
If
not bad,
Luca
not a bad
left
thought.
Dallas, man, I don't know. I mean, I don't know
Or
where he would go. Top of
dude,
my
you know
head.
what would be nice?
Well, go ahead.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I could see that because they have Trey. I could see it. I don't know. Top of my head, when you said that, it was Miami, but not where I
Oh,
want him
that's
to
just
go.
everyone goes Miami.
Yeah, I could just see him going there. But
Anytime you
I
say
don't think
where's
he's
this
gonna
free
leave.
agent
I
going,
don't
the
I don't
answer is
I don't think he's
Miami.
gonna leave. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna leave, man. I would. That's pretty unlikely. The real question would be where's Bradley Beal gonna go? Because they gotta trade him, man. The dude was freaking praying on the bench because they're so bad.
Oh, I love Beal.
And there was a
I hope
report
he gets.
today, right, that Bulls don't want to trade Levine, but Wizards are open to trading Beal. So I think Lakers will be in on it. I could see the Warriors being in on it.
Yeah, that all makes sense. I don't know who's gonna pay enough to get Beal. Honestly,
What would it take? You think? Like, say the Warriors tried to get him. What do you think they're giving up? Like, they could
honestly, I don't
probably trade.
even.
I have no idea because I don't have trade machine up. I have no idea salary cap, all that stuff. No idea. But like, I think the Warriors could make a move for him. I think the Lakers could get him if they wanted.
Yeah, I think so too, but I think it would always turn out to be a bad trade for Washington.
Oh
Like no
yeah,
one's gonna
definitely.
pay what Beal's
But I mean,
worth.
don't you think most of the times when these big names get traded, like think of like the last time there's a big trade. Like when has there been a big trade and the team trading away the stud won? Other than the one time I'll say the team won was when the Pacers traded Paul George because they got Oladipo and Sabonis. That's the only time I'll say that I think Indiana won.
That's good. I'll back that again. I think Oklahoma City won when they traded Paul George for SGA and multiple picks.
I agree. So, but okay, so other than we'll take Paul George out of this, when has a team won? Like, do you think Minnesota won by trading Butler? No. Do you think the Sixers won? No.
I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's definitely trades where.
So do you think like the Rockets won by trading Harden? No.
Well, I don't think the Rockets won, but I think the Pacers won.
That was an egregious trade, man. That was egregious
Well,
what the
they traded
Rockets did.
a star with Oladipo. He's kind
Yeah,
of a
but
star.
like, yeah, I'd rather have LeVert though, definitely.
Someone said Bradley Beal to Miami would be awesome, but it
Yeah,
depends
I
what
mean
they would
Miami's
give up.
they're always going to be in the conversation, and
Yeah,
they
it's
have ammo to
Miami.
get him because they have good young guards, and
Mhm.
so that definitely would make sense. No problems with that. That would be interesting, man.
Before,
Bam, Butler, and Beal, Triple B.
yeah, I would be cool with that. I don't know how Butler and Beal would get along, but I would be cool with it.
Well, I think Beal wants to win, man. Like I think he'd fit in.
Yeah, I could see that. Make sure what are you looking at for have you come up with any bets? I think I have one that is really enticing at the moment.
All right, hit me with yours. I'll pull it up. I'm probably gonna pick a
Co
prop bet, to be honest with you.
yeah, that's what I did. Cody Zeller over 7.5 rebounds.
Okay.
He was getting 7 when he was playing less than 20 a game.
Yeah, that does seem a little bit low, I think.
I don't like the matchup, but it's not even like he's getting to double digits. Obviously, they literally just played Indy and he put up 14. Not that I think he replicates that, honestly, but I think he could easily get to 10, and 7.5 is just way too low. It's only 125 on the over, too, so it's not that much juice.
Yeah. No, I have no problems with that. I think I like Kyrie over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think that's a good bet. And there's actually more action on the under than over. And I think, like, would you be shocked? Like, obviously you're not predicting it, but would you be shocked if Kyrie scored like 30 real points tonight? Probably not, right? So what you
No,
think?
I would honestly be shocked if it doesn't at least sit around 30.
Right. So you think you and I both think he's getting close to 30 real points. So you need what, 10 rebounds and assists? I think he can get that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think that. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
All right, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it as always. Like I said, betkarma.com, go check it out. Fresh update. Travis made a little video going over it. You can go watch that after we get off here. If you guys have any other questions, you can hit us up in Discord. Will probably be somebody live. So we got this new voice channel in Discord that we use a little bit before lock. Some analysts hop in there, answer your questions. It's locked for subscribers only. So that's a really cool new feature that we've added. And final thoughts, it's Friday. They're free today. So be sure to check that out. They'll be up, probably 45 minutes from now or so. But that about does it. Good luck tonight, guys. We'll see